I figured it out. Your higher purpose isn't to prove or achieve anything. Your higher purpose is to love and serve others. Hold on, let me explain. It all starts with God, source, universe, whatever you resonate with, sending out little bits of itself onto this earth to go through earth experience. You come into this world as pure consciousness. You know nothing else. You're just a little baby who's curious and happy and brave until things start happening. Maybe your mom slaps you for doing something wrong. Maybe you get bullied. And as you go through life, you experience more heartbreak, loss, grief, injustice. And with each experience, you put more and more armor around self. You develop unhealthy coping mechanisms and habits like people pleasing, avoiding or shutting down, blaming others for your misfortunes. You become mistrustful, angry, fearful. You start believing things about self that aren't true. And you remember less and less of your origin and consciousness within you. This is how your ego is created, by the way. I'm sure there are some good things happening there as well, but let's focus on this for now. Your ego is just layers and layers of learned reactions and behaviors. And the more powerful it becomes, the more it drives your life. You become darkness. Your ego is overpowering. Your walls are up. You're not letting people in. You're confused, unmotivated, and exhausted. You just want to be left alone. And you actually think that you are all alone. Now, most people will get stuck here, somewhere here for the rest of their life, repeating patterns and mistakes in life, especially in their relationships with others. What does happen to some, though, is that something painful happens once again, and it doesn't have to be big. It just gets you to your capacity to carry that stuff. And at this point, you can no longer bear any more trauma. And you have to make a decision to continue in this loop or to wake up and start asking, why is all this happening? This is where your consciousness starts to redevelop. You start asking the right questions. You become curious again. This is where your spiritual awakening, identity crisis, dark night of the soul, ego death, dissolution, this is where it happens. This is where you start unlearning everything that you learned over here and unraveling these patterns in behaviors. This is where you let go of shame, guilt, anger, fear, judgment, etc. And where you have to let in love and light and take accountability. And this is where you realize you are love and light. This is how you remember who you are. And in this moment, because you learn to love yourself unconditionally and understand the journey, you have love to give to others. And you realize your purpose to love and serve others. You realize you have to do unto others as you would have them do unto you, because others are you. They're just at different stages of development and awakening. All is one. You are consciousness experiencing itself. You are God, universe, source consciousness. And this is how you create your own reality. This is how you can achieve anything you want. And it's worth pointing out, like, this could be happening over many lifetimes. That's why you hear some people tell, oh, he's an old soul, etc. Maybe because like that person is somewhere over here, you know, they've been through all of this darkness, etc. So this is over lifetimes, many, right? Then, of course, there are smaller, different purposes depending on where you are on that scale. Maybe like at this point, you still need to experience more trauma. Maybe at this point, you have to let go of grief. At this point, you have to let go of this and that, blah, 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 and achieve your dreams, etc., because you deserve them and realize that you're worthy finally. So, but yeah, here's my take.